So, I have made it to the lake I'm going to be fishing tonight, and it is about 1 o'clock in the morning right now, so a little bit later than I wanted to be out tonight, but I don't think that's going to stop me from catching some fish tonight. Now, I do have to kind of make things quick tonight because Tropical Storm Fred is on its way to the northeast right now, and it's going to be hitting New Hampshire right around 5-6 o'clock in the morning. So I have about 4 or 5 hours to fish before it starts raining out, and tonight I'm going to be throwing the Valleyhill Boogie back. This is a jointed wake bait. And this is one of my favorite wake baits I have. Now, I'm not going to be doing anything fancy with this bait, no fancy retrieves or anything like that, just a slow, steady retrieve. I want to make sure this bait stays on top of the surface, just doing a little clacking like that. Another thing too is it rained so much recently here in New Hampshire that this lake I'm fishing is literally up 5 or 6 feet. So I'm not quite sure how that's gonna affect the fishing. I've never fished this lake before when the water's been up so high, but I'm just gonna tackle the lake like I normally do and just pretend like the water isn't up 5 or 6 feet. And I got the Valleyhill Boogie back on 12-pound monofilament to a medium heavy Abu Garcia combo. And there's some nice smallmouth here and some nice largemouth. But honestly, the main goal is just to catch something. I didn't realize the lake was up this high still. And not only that, hopefully my mic is working. My mic has been kind of pooping out a little bit recently with a lot of buzzing noises, but hopefully my mic works fine tonight. Now, typically I'll leave my light on all night long, just so you guys can kind of see what's going on. But if I feel like I'm not catching any fish and the light's kind of turning the fishing off, then I'm just gonna fish in the complete darkness. Got one. Oh my goodness, he is just jumping. My God. All this fish did was just jump. Oh, now he wants to dive. Little smallie. All right, first bass for me tonight. He just came up and nibbled at it. Okay, not a bad smallmouth to start off the evening. Probably about a 2-pounder here. But man, this fish hit my bait and just started jumping like crazy. I'm sure you guys heard it. Oh shoot, my camera almost just fell in the water. That was close. My camera just fell off of its mount. as I was leaning over the side of my boat to put that fish back. Luckily, it didn't fall into the water. I got super lucky right there. Got him, another smallmouth. I can tell just by him jumping out of the water like that. Whoa. Ooh. Can't tell if this is a nice one or not, or is just fighting me hard. I think it's just stuck in the weeds, honestly. I don't think it's very big. I think it's just dogging me down there. Yeah, it's just dogging me down there. Okay, don't wake up the whole lake, please. That is a big smallmouth right there. A little bit bigger than I thought. That's what I'm talking about. I probably shouldn't have flipped him. My God, look at the size of this one. Look at the size of this one. This one's 3.5 pounds right here. What a nice smallmouth. Hopefully, my GoPro. You guys probably can't see anything anyway. Alright, so I'm moving on to the second spot today. The first spot I fished was pretty deep, anywhere from about 10 to 20 feet. But the next part I'm fishing in the lake is gonna be a little bit more shallow, more weedy. As you guys can tell, it's pretty barren right here. So what I'm gonna do is, hey look, a rock bass. Hey, a sucker. But what I'm gonna do is continue along here until I start seeing a bunch of weeds. And then I'm gonna stop and start fishing, because then I know I've made it to the right spot. Seeing some weeds here and there. All right, here we go. This is what I mean by a big clump of weeds. This is a giant, like, grass field right here. Okay, so now I'm headed to the third spot that I'm going to be fishing today. And the third spot today is a main lake hump. It's surrounded by about 20 feet of water, and then it comes up to about 1 foot of water. So that's what I'm going to be fishing. There's a rock pile there, there's some weeds. Should hold some smallmouth and largemouth, and probably rock bass, but... Alright, so I made it to the main lake point, and it's kind of tough fishing this main lake point because how it comes up to about 1 foot of water, there's a ton of tiny stringy lily pads scattered all through the point. So in the daytime, it's easy just to follow the lily pad line. But at night, if you want to be stealthy without turning on your headlamp every couple seconds, it's almost impossible. Got him. Got him. I think he just spit my lure. Dang it, that felt nice. Got him. That time I set the hook hard. Did not want to lose him this time. Looks big. Looks big, whatever it is. I hope. Ooh, that looks like a really nice fish. Please don't spit. That's a really nice bass. And he swam directly into my net for me. Wow, that is a nice smallmouth. Gosh. Oh my gosh, guys. Look at the size of this smallmouth. I don't know why I'm whispering right now. This thing's giant. Alright. Alright. Smallmouth is in the net. Nice and safe. Getting some air. 0 pounds, 0 ounces. Enough. Okay. So according to the scale, it's 4 pounds, 13 ounces. A little bit bigger than I thought. All right, let's try this again. 0 pounds, 0 ounces. All right, that one just says 4 pounds, 5 ounces. I think 4.5 is a little bit more accurate than 4.13. Look at this beast of a smallmouth. I can barely hold her. Dang, what a nice fish. Yeah, there she goes. Got all the fish tonight on the Boogie back. This is their female gill color. They also have a male gill color, which is a little bit darker in color, a little bit more green instead of purple. But man, I might have to pick myself up another Valleyhill Boogie back. All right, so the third spot today did pretty good for me. Didn't catch the most fish at the spot, but caught the biggest by far. Almost my personal best too. My personal best is 5 pounds on the dot. So I don't catch very many smallmouth that size. I made it to the fourth spot today. And the fourth spot is pretty shallow, pretty rocky, but it leads all the way to the dam of this place. And then after this spot here, I don't really have any other spots to check out. Got him. He just came up and sucked down under. Probably because it's a rock bass. Oh my goodness, look at how fat that rock bass is. I'm gonna have to start eating some of you guys. Another rock bass, super fat, filled with food, but That's all smallmouth food. Got him. Definitely a rock bass. It's a gigantic rock bass. I need to start eating you guys. Look at the size of this rock bass. This thing is probably about a pound. All right. 0, 0. 1 pound, 1 ounce. So I was right. Solid pounder here. Solid pound rock bass, but unfortunately he's probably just gonna take right off when I put him in the water. Yeah. Don't tell me this is another rock bass. Oh my goodness, this is an even bigger rock bass than before. And again, he swallowed all 3 of the treble hooks. Look at the size of this rock bass. This one is even bigger. This one, if the other one was a pound 1 ounce, this one is a pound 3 ounces. Yep, called it. This one is a pound 4 ounces. I hope you guys can see that. 1 pound 4 ounces. Pound and a half rock bass. A pound and a quarter rock bass. And that's probably not even the biggest rock bass I've caught in here. If that one was 1 pound 1 ounces, I probably caught one that was 1 pound 8 ounces. Got him. Ooh, this is not a rock bass. Just kidding, it might be a rock bass. No, it's a smallie. Not a big smallie. Ooh, chunky smallmouth. Not a very big one, maybe a pound and 3/4. Got him. Got him. Definitely a smallmouth. Not a very big one. Small one here, maybe about a pound. Missed him. Dang it. Got him. Holy smokes. Got him. It's a nice one too. It's a nice one too. Holy smokes. Oh my god. What is this? Please don't spit. I gotta get my drag nice and good. Because this fish is way bigger. Is definitely big enough to break my line. And he spit it? What the? How? How did he? Well, that is it for tonight. And normally I would say I had a pretty good night, but after losing that giant fish at the end, it was kind of a disappointing night. Easily fought twice as hard as that 4.5 pound smallmouth I caught earlier. Been a really long time since I had a fish that fought that hard at the end of my line. Actually, the 5 pound smallmouth I caught, my personal best, didn't even fight nearly that hard. And even my 7 pound 9 ounce largemouth bass, which is my personal best, didn't even fight that hard. So to say I'm disappointed is kind of an understatement, but I mean, it just fought so hard. I mean, it was gonna snap my 12 pound line super easy. I immediately had to back down my drag a little bit, but then I thought it was good. I fought him to the boat and he just gave one last tug when he was like 10 feet from the boat and just popped off my lure. But I guess overall a pretty good night, minus me missing that gigantic fish. I come out with videos every single week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Peace. I can't believe I missed that fish.